Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Larson, and I am a member of the research team here at Microsoft. With me today are my fellow team members, Frank Campione, Boone Hobbs, Raj Rajeshwar, Nataraj Venugopal, and Demetrius Walker. We are here today to discuss some current challenges that we face as an organization, as well as propose potential solutions that we feel will help us face these challenges. As you are well aware, here at Microsoft, we have a very specific mission. As an organization, we try to make tools that help empower all individuals and organizations to be more productive and to ultimately achieve more. Simply put, our vision is to help everybody achieve their goals and reach their full potential. Our core values align perfectly with our vision and mission. We value personal excellence and continual self improvement while demanding honesty, integrity, and mutual respect. We are synonymous with greatness, and as a company, we need to honestly address our biggest challenges and face them head on in order to continue our proven track record of greatness. What you see here is a Porter's Five Forces analysis of the mobile device industry. At a high level, competition is fierce. There are multiple existing, well known players who are constantly jockeying for market share. The positive side of this is that existing competition, coupled with the high barriers to entry, keeps the threat of new entrants low. The negative of the fierce competition is that the bargaining power of customers is relatively high. Most smart devices have the same basic functionality and can be somewhat interchangeable. On top of that, buyers determine if upgrading to the latest model is necessary, as well as help determine what mobile device is the new flavor of the day. Furthermore, there is no threat from substitute products. Mobile devices contain a combination of communication, entertainment, productivity, and social media tools. There is no substitute that can do everything that a mobile device can currently do. Finally, the bargaining power of suppliers tends to be on the low end of moderate. There are many major components manufacturers who could step in to mitigate the potential threat coming from an existing supplier. Now we will take a quick look at the strategic group maps of both the mobile device hardware and operating systems markets. As you can see, Microsoft is currently trailing all of our competitors in the mobile device hardware market. Samsung is by far the industry leader, followed by Apple. Both have a very high perceived quality, but recent issues with Samsung's latest models, such as battery fires and design decisions from Apple on their latest phones, may present an opportunity to strike in this area. However, mobile device manufacturing is clearly not a strong suit of ours, and even the acquisition of a major player like Nokia did little to help us in this regard. In terms of mobile operating systems, the picture is even bleaker. Google's Android has an overwhelming market share, followed by Apple's iOS. Both OSs are synonymous with quality and have garnered a loyal following of extremely dedicated fans. While we are third, the gap between us and our rivals is quite disheartening. This is particularly concerning considering our exceptional track record in terms of operating systems. Market share in the segment is extremely important as the strength of mobile marketplaces and the associated revenue is solely dependent on the installed user base of the operating system. Now that we have spent a few minutes discussing the external environment, we will now focus on a quick review of our current financial state. Our fiscal year runs July 1st through June 30th. In 2016, the company recorded a total revenue at 85.32 billion, achieving another profitable year with a net income of 16.798 billion. Ending the year strong, the board declared a payout of cash dividends at $1.44 per common share. Taking a deeper look at the income statement, you will notice that product sales have decreased due to the impact of net revenue deferral from Windows 10 corporate customers and the decline in demand for box software and PCs. However, service and other sales have increased due to a rise in demand for server, enterprise, and cloud-based services we continue to invest in. You will also notice some changes in our expenses for 2016, mainly due to the restructuring of our phone business and mobile device strategy. Using the income statement and other financial reports, we've calculated several financial ratios serving as key performance indicators for Microsoft. Here, we have compared the gross profit margins for Microsoft and our two largest competitors, Apple and Google. Additionally, we were able to see the industry average. The gross profit margin is an important financial ratio as it shows the percentage of revenues available to cover operating expenses while yielding a profit. With a higher gross profit margin, the company can devote more resources to better operate its core business, as well as certain discretion in non-operating affairs. Looking at a 5-year comparison, it is clear that Microsoft consistently achieved the highest gross profit margin among its competitors. However, it is important to note that Microsoft's gross profit margin has been steadily declining since 2012, whereas the competition and industry averages have remained relatively stable. This is likely due to the decline in demand for box software and PCs as shown earlier. Assessing the company's liquidity, we calculated the current ratio, which assesses our ability to meet short-term obligations. In our industry, it is important for us to have a high current ratio since the business normally needs to fund the majority of its operations from current assets. Our current ratio has remained strong and relatively stable over the past 5 years, meaning that the organization can certainly meet its short-term obligations using assets that can be converted into cash quickly. However, Google has a significantly higher current ratio than Microsoft in the industry average as seen on the 5-year comparison. Assessing the company's leverage, we wanted to focus on the debt-to-equity ratio. This ratio is used as a key performance indicator to signal excessive debt, low creditworthiness, and a weak balance sheet. Ideally, we want the debt-to-equity ratio to be as low as possible, allowing the company to better pay dividends to shareholders. This ratio is also very important in our industry as we invest heavily in R&D and acquire other technology firms, typically through issuing debt. Historically, Microsoft has been very successful in debt management. But looking at the 5-year comparison, Microsoft, Apple, and the industry average has steadily increased its debt-to-equity ratio. Conversely, Google has seemingly done a good job of decreasing its debt-to-equity ratio over the past 5 years. As of 2016, Microsoft has the highest debt-to-equity ratio, meaning it has taken on a lot of long-term debt recently compared to its competitors, likely due to recent acquisitions. Taking on significant debt, we thought it would be important to look at the average collection period, which indicates the average length of time the firm must wait after making a sale to receive cash. Ideally, we want the firm to quickly collect and record cash payment. While relatively stable, Microsoft has the longest average collection period. In 2016, our average collection period was 78 days. This may be due to the net revenue deferral from Windows 10, where corporate customers are being invoiced versus immediate billing like individual users. The last important measure of financial performance we would like to address is the free cash flow. Free cash flow is a rough estimate of the cash on hand after covering expenses, paying taxes and dividends, and reinvesting funds into strategic initiatives. By having a larger free cash flow, we will be able to repay debt quicker, internally fund new strategic initiatives, make new acquisitions, repurchase share stocks, and increase dividend payments to shareholders. Looking at the 5-year comparison, Apple is the industry leader in free cash flow. While Microsoft has cash on hand, the organization may want to increase this in order to repay its debt quicker and invest more in new strategic initiatives, R&D, and innovation. While Microsoft achieved strong revenues, gross profit margins, and operating income in 2016, its revenues and gross profit margins were below 2015 levels. In addition, our debt-to-equity ratio and average collection period are above the competition and industry average. If we were able to reduce our debt-to-equity ratio and average collection period, it could potentially increase our free cash flow to levels that compare to the industry leader, Apple. Increasing free cash flow will position Microsoft to invest in growing its business. In 2016, we dedicated $11.9 billion to research and development, focused on developing new and refining existing products and technologies. However, in order to stop losing market share, we need to invest more in research and development, capitalize on new business opportunities, and expand our operations in an innovative way. We will briefly discuss our TOWS analysis. Most personal computers use Windows as the operating system, and Microsoft Office is the most commonly used productivity suite. Our software remains extremely popular as it is intuitive and extremely easy to use. Our portfolio is diverse due to various acquisitions in cloud computing and search engines, in addition to the already existing software and hardware products. Compared to our competitors, we are slow at innovation. Customers face various technical issues with the existing products, which remains a major weakness, as well as the frequent upgrades that add to users' frustration. Finally, the customer support is slow to respond, increasing the overall resolution turnaround time. Major opportunity lies with innovative products, primarily in the mobile devices domain. Popularity of smartphones and tablets keep on increasing with the users, so we should exploit this opportunity by launching mobile products which are better aligned with the customer's demands. Microsoft faces major competition from Google and search engines. Also, our browser is losing its popularity to Google Chrome and Firefox. Apple is another major competitor, especially in the operating system market. Lastly, customer needs and habits are changing, where more and more customers are buying tablets over personal computers. Based on our TOWS analysis, we conclude that our financial strength is the biggest competitive asset, which enables us to pursue various market segments. Not having any major innovation in the consumer product segment over the last few years, that is a big competitive deficiency of ours. The lack of market share in the mobile division, phones and tablets, is the most practical opportunity that we should pursue. Lastly, intense competition with companies like Apple and Google inhibit our early mover advantage. To analyze the external environment, we created a weighted competitive strength assessment. Various factors were considered in arriving at the relative weights of Microsoft and its chosen rivals, Apple and Google. Key factors include perceived brand reputation with respect to longevity of products, the number of issues associated with products, ease of aftermarket services and support, brand loyalty, and financial strength. The diversity of value chains within each organization, relationships between their services, product pricing models were analyzed for various product and service lines. The quality, volume, recruitment, and retention of each of the organization's community outreach programs were looked at for their part in corporate responsibility. As evident from our weighted competitive strength assessment, we can conclude that Microsoft is better at product pricing, corporate social responsibility, and having a diverse portfolio covering various lines of business. Our financial strength, resources on hand, and brand recognition is comparable to the two main rivals, Apple and Google. Finally, we lack product innovation based on our ever-changing customer needs, vulnerability to higher software security threats, which impact performance of our products, and longer customer support turnaround. The mid-90s was a period of great innovation for Microsoft in the PC market. However, a decade later, we could not effectively leverage our expertise in the rapidly growing mobile computing industry. At the point Microsoft entered the market, the mobile hardware sector was already saturated with high-quality, recognizable brands such as Apple, Samsung, and LG. The mobile OS sector was dominated by Google's Android and Apple's iOS. Ultimately, our late decision to innovate inorganically through the acquisition of Nokia was unsuccessful. It appears we do not have the brand loyalty we once had to motivate consumers to endure switching costs and the learning curve associated with our mobile products. In addition, our mobile marketplace was extremely limited due to our late entry into the mobile computing industry. While we continue to invest heavily in R&D, we have not been able to achieve our first mover advantage. We believe this stems from a culture of complacency that is no longer aligned with our core values. One potential solution to our existing problems in the mobile computing industry would be the acquisition of an existing mobile device manufacturer. LG is open to discuss acquisition, and they already offer a wide range of innovative mobile hardware. LG's broad product offerings also have the potential to open new and exciting markets for us, like home electronics and appliances. Ultimately, we chose against this potential solution as our past experience with Nokia is fresh in our memory. Another potential solution that could help rectify our issues within the mobile computing industry would be through entering a joint venture with an existing global mobile device manufacturer. Huawei Technologies, which is China's largest telecommunications device manufacturer, could prove to be an interesting partner. They already manufacture several technologically advanced smartphones, which could prove to be excellent hosts for our mobile OS. The company is financially strong and would help increase our customer base. A major potential pitfall for this solution is the fact that it would be difficult to ensure mobile devices that ultimately house our OS are made to our exacting specifications. Our brand could be damaged if issues surrounding hardware. For example, Samsung recently received some major negative publicity due to their exploding batteries. If this were to happen with a Huawei-produced phone, the irreparable damage would happen to the Microsoft branded product. Another potential solution, one which we are partial to, is to reevaluate and potentially refresh our culture. We will refer to this as our cultural resurface. We need to continue our targeted investment in our in-house research and development in mobile computing. Along with that, we need to focus on total quality management in order to increase reliability and improve public perception of our mobile OS. We need to decentralize decision making to allow us to be more agile and adaptive in order to respond to changing consumer preferences. We must leverage our existing high performing technical resources through the creation of an incentivized platform which rewards innovation. In fact, we should empower our team to utilize their creative side by structuring a portion of their work week so that they are free to work on any project that is of interest to them. Finally, we must improve our social media marketing game. We need to appoint social media ambassadors to get the message out about our new innovations and our future product offerings. We want to create an environment where all team members see themselves as a key component to the marketing strategy. A cultural shift in how individuals consume information has made embracing social media an absolute necessity. We believe that this type of culture shift is the key to bringing innovation back to Microsoft's mobile technology groups, as well as improve how technology-savvy consumers view our mobile products and platform. The first step to implement our Resurface program is to get the message out to our team members. We suggest that we begin by immediately pushing out an organizational announcement which introduces our new program and what we plan to implement in terms of our redefined culture. Once the message has been circulated to the entire organization, we will begin the next phase, creating a culture which rewards innovation. This includes the aforementioned incentive programs, which reward innovative and new ideas. We will also begin allowing our technical resources a set period of time to work on any project that they feel has potential, regardless of whether it falls within their normal job responsibilities or not. All team members will be encouraged to submit potential product and project ideas, and a rewards program will be put in place to reward any ideas that make our book of work. We will then have to perform a thorough review of our existing quality assurance programs and re-engineer any processes that do not conform to our new total quality management approach. Once this is done, we will implement these quality assurance changes into production, as well as begin our new approach to marketing. Individuals will be empowered to utilize social media to spread the word regarding the great things that we are doing every day at Microsoft. This will also allow us to receive instant feedback from potential consumers regarding what we are trying to accomplish, and our new decision-making model will help us adapt quickly to this real-time feedback. We truly feel that these changes will help not only prepare us to compete in the mobile computing market segment, but also improve our ability to perform in all industries that Microsoft competes in. With the Resurface program, we believe this pro forma income statement for 2017 and 2018 is attainable. For 2017, we have projected product revenue growth at 3% and service at 1.5%. For 2018, we projected additional growth for products at 4% and 2% for service. These projections would yield a 26% net income increase in 2 years. We would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation today. We discussed the external environment surrounding Microsoft in the mobile computing industry. We reviewed our financials, discussed some internal problems that we are facing in mobile computing, and ultimately reviewed solutions to help improve our ability to compete in this market. Finally, we discussed the benefits of our preferred solution and how it could benefit our organization as a whole, including a pro forma income statement for the upcoming years. As part of our solution, decentralized decision-making will help us adapt quickly to potential changes in consumer preference. New incentive programs will help ensure the continuous flow of new and innovative ideas from our greatest resource, our team members. Empowering our team members to embrace social media as a tool will help get the word out regarding all the great things that we do at Microsoft, as well as give us invaluable instant feedback. Our new quality assurance measures will also go a long way in giving our mobile product offerings the same perceived quality and value as our desktop and enterprise product offerings. We appreciate your time today and look forward to seeing the positive effects that our chosen solution will have on our organization for generations to come.